What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 508 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined by West Virginia and Wisconsin's finest, Stephen Kyle Brackey and Ben Askren. How are we doing this morning, boys? Happy Thursday.
Doing well.
I'm doing well also.
Wow, that's great. Everyone's doing well. Okay.
Let's go. I'm excited to talk about Bad Blood. I watched it as soon as I got home from practice last night. Made my wife watch it, although she might have been doing more Instagram than watching.
Come on, Amy.
Sorry, Jordan and Kyle. I thought it was compelling. I thought it was totally awesome. You know, I guess the perspective I had afterwards is, dude, sometimes you forget how close. Jordan's up 7-1, but like that 2007 U.S. Open match, I forgot about the late. They got put on the clock twice.
Mm-hmm.
I totally forgot that. And there's just so many of those moments where like, oh my God, it is closer, I think. And then at the same time, you're like, I mean, that speaks to how great of a champion Jordan Burroughs is, that he just finds a way to win all of these times somehow.
Yeah. So if the breaks keep going your way, I don't think it's anything other. You can't attribute to anything other than the individual, really. He's not. Yeah. Jordan Burroughs is not the luckiest wrestler in the world. He just it's that winning quality that Dake has, that Jordan also has, but has it to a higher degree. Certainly through the first 7 years of this rivalry. Yeah, it is. There are so many little things. I mean, literally, the ankle break is one of the biggest things, because if Dake goes, Dake is meddling at minimum, and then how does that change things, right? I have
bold statement, CP.
You don't think Dake would have meddled?
No, I probably agree. I'm just saying it's a bold statement. You think it's obvious? You think obvious Dake's first year internationally he medals? That's obvious?
Maybe it's a little revisionist or a little.
I think you're kind of making it easier than it is. You're making it sound easier than it is to medal at Worlds. It is not an easy task.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's easy to medal at Worlds. I'm saying Kyle Dake is that good, and that was, I think Shabanov would have been a really tough opponent. I think he could lose to Shabanov and still get bronze, right? He would never. I don't think he would ever lose to that Iranian. There was no Sargush in the field. Russia's sent a one and done type of guy. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think he would have. I think he medals, and I think then he's sitting out, and then what happens 14 and beyond. But Burroughs has not given up the spot in any way. And I think basically every decision Dake has made throughout his career is somehow tied to Burroughs, whether it's going up in weight or changing weights. And so I thought, obviously, Brecky and I got to be a little more involved in this, so that was fun for us.
I think before the film dropped, there a lot of people, there's no rivalry, it's 7-1. But then, as Ben's saying, as you watch this, you realize how close in 2013, if they don't have the overtime rules, it goes to match 3. In 2017, Dake's put on the shot clock twice in the second period. And then at the World Team Trials, he's up 3-1 in match 2 with under a minute to go.
Yeah.
And he's that close to just making the team in 2 straight matches. So it's much, much closer than people. And the first match in 2015, the exchange on the edge.
Yeah.
So,
which is definitely controversial. But like a couple of things to remember, like when he had his second match with Burroughs in 2013. Yeah, remember Burroughs had not lost. No one had beaten him. He hadn't had the weird Marable thing yet, where he didn't realize he was losing, because I think there's no way he would ever lose to Nick Marable otherwise. But for someone to be that close was wild, right? We weren't really seeing that. No one else was giving Jordan that level of competition. But I don't have a ton of like composed thoughts or like questions.
Because you did the you spoke through the whole thing already. We already get your take. I mean, like then the crotch lock situation in 2017. That was, I mean, like usually Dake wins that position, and again, that's just a position where Burroughs found a way to win. And And then the other takeaway I had was, we almost joked about how Dake always kind of whines about the fact that JB's sitting out. I mean, to me, it was kind of a joke a little bit. And then I didn't really think in depth of it. I would have guessed before that, watching that last night, that there was way more matches where there was not one of them sitting out. And that is not the case. And that kind of blew my mind.
What, that there's only one match where there wasn't a sit out?
Correct. There's only been one match where they've wrestled where there wasn't a sit out type situation, which I would have guessed. I knew it was some. I would have guessed like maybe 3 or 4. I don't know why I had that feeling. I didn't realize it was 7 of the 8. And then obviously you guys very clearly outline who he had to go through to get there. And it's never a very easy path.
No. I mean, the wars with Andrew Howe. So,
dude, how did Kyle Dake not freaking tear his outside ligament on that one Andrew Howe thing?
Well, part of me is like, well, no wonder he gets hurt. He is so obsessed with not giving up takedowns that he will contort his body in ways that are dangerous. I mean, it's just it's dangerous what he'll do to not get taken down. But you think about and there's a lot of, Burroughs is certainly the superior wrestler, right? That's not deniable at this point. He's better results, and he has better results against Dake. But what is interesting with the rivalry discussion, is this a rivalry? Is it not a rivalry? Because he's 7-1. But every single time they wrestle, fair or not, the nation is mostly split on who's going to win. And there's probably an edge to Burroughs in the public perception of who's going to win. But I'm telling you, in 2017, I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Dake's time, right? In 2015, you saw there's a lot of footage from that 2015. You hear how many people are saying, I think it's Burroughs. It's Burroughs. I'll go with Dake, but a lot of them were saying Dake. A lot of them were saying Burroughs. It was very even. And so I think that's one of the another interesting angles, that despite it's like how much more does Burroughs have to win before people will realize he's better than Dake.
Yeah, that's
Have you ever weighed in? Have we ever talked about the process with you? And what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I never thought that deeply. So I think the process where you want to have your best guy on the team, that's an obvious, right? There's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. The one thing that I think, I guess the only question mark I would have, so I'm good with the sit out because you do want to have your best guy on the team. The one thing that I do struggle with, because of the Olympic and non-Olympic weights, is if someone can go on a run like Burroughs has, he never has to unsit out, meaning at that weight class. So this whole Olympic quad, he's had the advantage of 74 kg, right? Because he's first bronze. Does that make sense?
Right.
And long, if you go far enough back, which is not all that far back, maybe a decade-ish, maybe it was only 8 years. You had to win the U.S. Open that year, which meant at the U.S. Open you didn't have a sit out, which would essentially every year at least give say the challenger one fair more fair shot. Does that make sense?
Yes, but in the
and I understand I understand you don't have to beat American guys to get a medal at the World Championships. I get that, right? But at the same time, especially in a situation like this. And one of the reasons it's a rivalry is not because Kyle Dake has beaten Jordan Burroughs more, but it's because he's very clearly one of the best in the world. He's won 2 world titles the last 2 years. I mean, and that is what's so compelling about this is these are 2 of the best wrestlers in the world. There's no arguing about it. They are.
Right. Now, he did the playing field was level in 2017 of note.
That was the one time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but so it wasn't really the whole quad that Jordan got to sit out, right?
Sure, that's fair. Okay, sure, yeah.
And
but I mean, well, if you say all trials in this quad, he set out.
Yes, that is true.
So yeah, so they had one fair matchup, which was 2017.
Well, what's interesting about it is the case for the sit out is the case against the sit out, which I don't understand. It's like, well, this guy's got to sit out. So here's what I'm saying. This guy got to sit out the entire quad. Yes. And that's not fair because no one else got a chance to sit out. But at the same time, the whole point of it is come back with medals, and that's what we're trying to incentivize, and come back with hardware.
Wait, hold on. I'm going brain dead, Piles. Final X fixes this problem, doesn't it? But Dake hasn't wrestled in Final X the last 2 years.
He's wrestled in it, but not at the Olympic weight class.
Not at Olympic X. Yeah, okay. So you know what? I'm great with it. If it's Final X type scenario, I'm great with it. I don't even know why I was thinking about that. But I love the fact that the one guy gets the advantage of not having to do the other tournaments. He gets to sit out till the end. But then at the end, it is a 2 out of 3, so he does have the advantage of sitting out. But then the guy, they essentially wrestle on the same terms, where Dake is not having, not just Dake, right? Anybody having 2 to 3 matches on the day of, because, there's just no doubt that affects the way you're going to perform. And, maybe not gigantic amount, maybe it's not insurmountable, but it definitely affects you.
Yes, for sure. No, I do like the Final X model makes sense, because I love the advantage of guys that they get of not having to go through the challenge tournament without the other guy having to have gone through it that day, right? I think that's cool. And there's a storyline component that I think is great.
Yes.
I really think the Olympic trial should have gone to the Final X model. I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, agreed.
If the goal is to get the best team and to get the best guys at that time on there is going to be an element of, okay, well, is it? But that's how they want to do it. They want to do it all in one weekend and knock it out and get it out of the way like it's I don't know, some little tournament. But in my opinion, it's worth extending even
fired.
Even a week. Even a week would make a big difference, right? Like, all right, that's a common cadence of competition for at least collegiate wrestlers. Like, all right, I wrestle this week, and I think that would grow the product. That would improve it. That would allow you. Okay, imagine if we had a week to blow up Jaden versus Dake 4 years ago. Right, but now it'd be Jaden versus Kyle or whatever it would be. But you get these surprise finalists, right? Like Pico Molinaro, no one picked that final. No one. Nobody in the world. And so you didn't really get to blow it up that much. And you're going to lose that, and you're going to lose it in 2021 when you don't have that. And it's just one of the little ways that I think we restrict our own growth by limiting the storylines. We have this treasure trove of amazing competition, and I don't know, is it brevity? Is that the goal here for choosing our Olympic team? Is it just like, how quickly can we do this? I don't see any reason that it has to be rushed, and I don't think it taking an extra week is rushing at all. So, and when you consider the fact that from a competitive standpoint, it just makes more sense, I think it's awesome. Now, is it a lot to ask of fans to do both weekends? Maybe so. Or maybe some fans can do it the one week and some can do it the next, and they're both going to be really, really awesome. So what's the harm? If you can explain to me the harm in this, explain. I didn't plan on talking about this today, but I'm just thinking.
Yeah, you got a soapbox, and I just let you run with it.
Yeah, just let me go. I mean, if someone can explain to me why this is a bad idea, I'm open. Obviously, I have to live with the process that they choose, but I think the Final X model or some variation of it would make more sense than how they are going about it.
Yeah. I agree with you. So I have.
That's okay.
I don't really push back for you, Christian. I agree.
What was it?
Let's let you go with that one.
How did it go? I mean, in 2007, 2008, when you were trying to make teams and made the Olympic team, what was the exact process then?
2008, I think you had to be a world medalist to sit out to the final. So Tyrone and I were both in the tournament. We wrestled to the final, and then once we got to the final, we wrestled the best 2 out of 3.
Nice. Okay. You won in 2 straight? Yes, it does.
I won 2 straight. Yes. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, but I remember. So don't quote me on this one, but I think a lot of there was a couple of years where they tried not doing the 2 out of 3 type thing. And I remember one of the matches, and listen, I'm not in the backroom meetings at this point in time, so I don't know. But Andy Rovat pinned Mo Lawal in a chest wrap. in 2006. And everyone kind of thought, okay, that was lucky. Mo was so close to, he got cheated essentially in the Worlds in it was either 05, right? Or 07.
Yeah. I remember Rich Bender telling me about this, like how
It
blatant
was really bad.
Were you there? How'd you see it? Because to my knowledge, can't find the video.
Yeah. It's not online. I think someone had it on their phone, or I don't remember how I saw it, but Mo got cheated really bad. I don't believe the match is online anywhere. And so everyone thought Mo was competing like one of the best in the world. Like he was the top 2, 3, 4 guy. And then Andy pinned him, 06, and that was it, right? And people at USA Wrestling, I thought, well, we don't really want Andy on the team. We want Mo on the team because Mo has a better chance at a world medal here. And so then the next year in 2007, the best 2 out of 3 came back.
Got it. Yeah. I mean, 2 out of 3 just makes sense to me.
It does.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially with freestyle and you get a leg lace or pin someone, obviously, yes.
Right.
Nomad sent me a fun little nugget. He said since the bye was introduced in men's freestyle, the only returning medalist to lose at World Team Trials or Final X was Cologne last year. And he really wasn't even the guy who won the spot in 2018. Remember, Nashon got hurt.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's true.
Well, Nomad doesn't lie. Christian,
Gilman, I mean, I'm just thinking Gilman had to go through. Wasn't Tony Ramos was definitely sitting out.
But Gilman wasn't a returning medalist.
Medal.
Returning medalist. Okay, well, yeah, but they're world medalists, so that's why they're.
Yeah. Well, you can make that argument, but we can't have.
They're not losing because they're world level medalists.
Well, you can't have a double blind study, so you can't say this for sure. You can't say whether it's correlation or causation.
Okay, well, here, let me break it down for you like this. I would bet that if you look at the U.S. Open sitter-outers that had the bye to the finals, that is a technical term. It is not made up just now. Versus the world medalist sitter-outers, okay? I bet the U.S. Open sitter-outers have because they're not as good as the world medalists. So obviously, it's not.
But that's not saying that's not an advantage.
No, I'm not saying it's not an advantage. I'm not saying it's not an advantage.
So what if the world medalist sitter-outers went, say, there's 100 of the matches, they went 70-30, right? And then in the second scenario, they sit out the tournament and they go 77-23, right? And you're like, okay, well, they won a whole bunch in both scenarios, but that 10% difference, the extra 7 wins, that should be accounted for, obviously.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't make a difference, but, you can't just attribute the sit out to what happens when you say only one world medalist has lost the spot after sitting out. It makes it sound like, wow, this advantage is way too much. Instead, I think the conclusion is, okay, they're world medalists and they're better than their competition. But I think the first thing that is attributed to the victory is the fact that they got to sit out. And I don't think that's right. And I think the better way to look at it is more holistically, which would include guys that have the same position of sitting out, but they earned it by winning or placing at an easier tournament to win or place at, which is the U.S. Open, right? It's a lot easier to win the U.S. Open than to medal or win the World Championships.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is my point.
No disagreement there.
You and I, we are simpatico. And I
agree.
So, Bad Blood, it's up. It will remain up. We hope you watch it. A lot of you did. A whole lot of
U.S. Open sitter-outers is approximately 2/3 win percentage.
So 2/3. So 66% of the U.S. Open sitter-outers.
And the other one said was -1, but was it 9 out of 10 or was it 19 out of 20 or what was that number? I mean, I would guess, if I had to guess, it's somewhere between 15 and 20.
Yeah, I would say that's probably right.
Yeah, maybe Nomad has an exact number he'll hit us with.
Okay.
Nomad's got it.
Okay.
Kalbraki's going back to West Virginia for a couple weeks soon, so we're gonna have a guest spot. Maybe it'll be. Maybe we'll get the old Nomad.
Yeah, Nomads, Bay, Bray, whoever. JMZ's here for the summer.
Wow,
maybe,
I do want to have JMZ on at some point. He is my personal hero.
Okay.
No one knows who he is yet.
No one knows who he is.
But he is the man.
Hey, tell me about this Penn State thing. I want to hear about it. I'm excited to watch it. You guys know my life goal is to be embedded in Penn State and get to interview Cale as long as I want to interview him for. That is now my new life goal.
Dare to dream.
Dare to dream.
Shoot for the moon, Ben. Yeah. So
Damn straight it is. Who else has got to do that, Christian?
Nah, nobody.
No, nobody.
That's a nobody. So the Penn State film dropping next week, next Wednesday, June 17th. So we released a trailer for that. Actually, we have it. Why don't we play that, Tyler, and then we can discuss. Go ahead.
2011, I was at the NCAA tournament as a fan, going, oh boy, we're watching history for sure.
David Taylor, your national champion.
Cale Sanderson has won 8 NCAA championships in a 9-year window.
Since Cale's been to Penn State, it's been lights out. It's been a dynasty. He's produced wrestler after wrestler who live up to or exceed expectations time and time again.
Nickel with the championship for him.
Cale is extremely secretive.
It's somewhat shrouded in mystery. It's like, how are these guys so incredibly good?
People are attracted to the fact that he's doing things differently and that it works.
I think he is maniacally competitive. The only standard is number 1 and doing it the right way.
It's an era that won't be soon forgotten in college wrestling.
Ooh.
It's episode 1 is done. Pretty much.
How many episodes are there? It's like a TV series or what?
Yes, it's like Family Matters. No, there's 3 episodes.
What do you call something that's a series that's not on the television?
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you call it? Is it a series? A series? Internet series?
No, it's a series. Yeah. But it's funny you call it a TV series.
Or is there a first word for that I should be using?
Documentary? No, I don't know. Series.
Docu-series?
Docu-series. That sounds way too something fancy.
3-episode film.
3-episode film. That works.
I'm in.
Man, and I haven't seen the 2nd and 3rd episodes, but episode 1, just how it all comes together. I think for a lot of fans, many people, have come into wrestling fandom in the last 10 years, right? That don't know what was going on at Iowa State and what kind of precipitated the move and how Cale made it from Iowa State to Penn State and just how interesting that was and kind of the way we viewed Penn State before Cale got there, and then kind of what it meant when he left, just like, boom, up, he's gone, he's at Penn State. And how the 2011 season sort of transpired, right? You've got Bubba leaves, and they lose to Iowa in the duel. They tie Cornell at the Southern Scuffle. They win Big Tens by 1 point, and they had 3 bonus point wins on the very last session of Big Tens that year, including it was a Cam Wade major that won them Big Tens. Like, it was James Volrath got a pin, I think. And
Cameron Wade, unsung hero, baby.
Yeah, for Big Tens, that's especially true. James Volrath, may he rest in peace. He had a bonus point win to help propel them. And Brad Pataki, that last round, they went 9 for 9 in the last session of Big Tens to win it. Right, so they're just like right there to lose to Cornell, and then they come into 2011, and they don't exactly have their best showing. It wasn't like the most lights out performance for Penn State. Andrew Alton didn't place; he lost to Kemmerer. I think it was Zach Kemmerer of Penn, someone he had beaten twice. Pataki doesn't place, and David loses, and Ed loses to Muchastegi, and something else happened. But they figure out a way. So there's a lot of storylines intertwined within that whole story. So I think it'll be informational. I think it's very dramatic. It's very interesting. I think you guys are really gonna like it, and I'm really happy with how it came out.
Man, don't you wish we could get Cale secrets though?
I
think I have good guesses on what they're doing and why it's different, and now I have insights to other college programs, and I can see what they're doing is different. Why they get the results, but obviously I only have my guesses. I don't know for real. So man, it would be so fascinating for me because I love knowing how things work. I want to know how greatness happens. And Kale, you're pissing me off because I want to know how it really happens, and you're keeping it a secret from me.
Well, I think he sees real value in that. You know,
Yeah, he does.
For his something Kale often says is like, my job is to win at Penn State, and I'm going to do that to the best of my ability. So he makes his decisions around that, right? And it's not around sharing of knowledge. That's not his goal. Unfortunately for especially Ben, because it seems to bother you more than anyone else in America.
It bothers me so much because I want to know. I mean, guys, there's no doubt. I mean, people listen, and I've made this argument. Nitty Lion Wrestling Club having nearly an unlimited budget, obviously, is helpful, Christian, right? But he has also put five. I think the number's right. 5 guys on just a totally different planet. I mean, whereas if you eliminate the other 4 of them, they're kind of the best wrestler of the last decade. And he's done it 5 times. It's like, what the heck? How does he just do it over and over? Let's see. So Zane, Ed, David, Bo, Nolf. Did I miss anyone?
Yeah, 5. I mean, and the crazy thing about it is you're not including, and I think rightfully not including, Mark Hall and Chenzo, who are 4-time finalists, multiple. Chenzo's a multiple NCAA champion. Hall would have had the opportunity to be a 2-time NCAA champion and 4-time finalist. Like those, and they are not on the list. It's like
because they never got to the next level. Those other guys, the 5 that I mentioned, were like next level. Like they were just like far superior. And Nolf came back to planet Earth a little bit senior year, and I'm not really sure why, but the other ones didn't at all.
I mean, Nolf coming back to planet Earth was like
still undefeated.
Well, not just undefeated, he was incredibly dominant.
Well, he had a close match with Heidley.
I know, but that's like one of how many matches?
77% bonus rate.
77.
But
no, that was
sorry, 83.
He had an 83% bonus rate.
Okay, so maybe he didn't even come back to Earth. Maybe I lied.
His junior year, he had a 77%.
But that was the year he got hurt. So before he was hurt, his junior year is probably like 90-ish. If you don't count the injured matches, because I don't think he had almost any bonus at NCAAs, right?
His senior year, he teched Michael Jordan in the semis.
No, his junior year, because junior year NCAAs was the one where he was hurt the whole time.
Junior year NCAAs, he teched Michael Jordan in the semis.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Being hurt, and he was hurt that bad?
Yeah. He wasn't.
Listen to his NCAA champ. He pinned Ben Anderson in 43 seconds. He tech fought John Van Brill. Oh shoot, wrong year. Dang it.
It's fine.
Yeah, wrong year.
Hold on.
He still teched Colin Heffernan, and he teched Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he had a 6-1 over Kimmer.
Yeah.
6-1 over Andrew Crone, 6-2 over Hiley in the finals.
Yeah.
So that accounts for probably the majority of his decisions that year was in that one tournament.
That is, he went fall, tech, fall, medical forfeit.
Okay, so that was when he got hurt, right there.
Decision,
right?
Pantelio. That was a weird match. Fall, major.
Got hurt.
Fall, major, tech, decision, tech, decision. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
And so were all of those decisions after he got hurt? It feels like it.
All but Pantelio. Pantelio.
Yeah, everyone.
He had one decision.
Mm-hmm.
That match was weird too. Remember, he was kind of like he was very much on the ropes to lose that match, and then Pantelio went down.
Wild. He wrote him out.
Pantelio went down, and Jason Knoll said that was not.
Pantelio always wrestled Jason Knoll really well for whatever reason. It's just style matchup, right?
Yes.
Because he gave him a really competitive match his senior year, also, I think.
7-1, 9-2. No, it wasn't that competitive.
Really?
Yeah.
So was the 6-4 match? There was the one duel where Michigan's good guy, better guys all wrestled Penn State guys really tough. Like,
that was that year at Michigan.
That was that year. So when Amin wrestled Mark Hall really tough. I think it was Abinator versus Nickel. I think
that was controversial really too. I can't remember exactly why, but I remember we were like, "Whoa, this could have gone a little differently."
Yeah, I was like 6'5" or 6'4".
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
So anyway,
Yeah, I'm
that's Nolf coming back down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very good. So yeah, we're excited for that. We think you guys are really going to like it. Yeah, 3 parts. Let's go. Next Wednesday. Please watch. Okay. I wanted to discuss, do you have anything anywhere you're just dying to go right now?
Me? No, I think I know where you're going next. I'm from the doc, and I'm gonna click through it real quick,
Yep.
and so I know what his points are.
Yeah, so our man, Sam Herring, wrote an article.
Our boy, because he's not yet a man.
He's 13. He is more mature than most men, including probably the men on this show. If we're to be honest.
Are you Christian? We're gonna have issues. You keep this up.
Well, I'm referring to myself.
Oh, they're talking about me. Okay.
Well, maybe you, but definitely me. And probably Bracky.
Yeah.
He's not getting. Listen, Sam Herring isn't getting up and chugging a monster. I'm sorry.
Maybe he should be.
Maybe he should be.
I'm gonna write Sam an article: 6 ways to become a Kyle.
my response to Sam Herring's column. So I think this is really good. I mean, I want my kid to love wrestling a lot, so I think about this frequently, and I think he hits on some really great points. So I'll go over his. I won't go over I won't read the article, but I'll give you his points are: 1, introduce them to your favorite part. Like, what do you love about the sport? Number 2, don't let competition take control of their motivation. 3, have them develop a favorite team or favorite wrestlers. I've done that one with young Caleb, that's for sure. Take them to events if at all possible. If not, watch online. Great advice. Understand it's not always flowers and rainbows. Love that. This is the real world. And find a balance in winning and losing. Ben, just your thoughts, because I know this is something you think about a ton as you try to develop your youth wrestlers, especially at Askren Wrestling Academy.
Yeah. Well, I think all these things are pretty good, man. We're still growing by leaps and bounds. We're having our biggest. Well, this is technically like a spring to me because we had to take 12 weeks off. Our biggest spring ever. With the rooms are freaking packed. Yeah, so I think a huge one is, and you know what? It's good. It's kind of weird if it doesn't come naturally, but just being a fan of the sport, I think that carries over a lot. And just the fact that I'm a fan of the sport and I talk about it, naturally kind of leads them to being fans of the sport. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you weren't really wanting, you're just trying to force that because you saw it to be beneficial, that would come off as kind of disingenuous. And, I think kids would feel that. But if you're actually you actually really like wrestling and you want to be a fan of it, I think that makes it really, really easy. I think that's a huge one. Let's see what else. Obviously, I've talked a lot about the not caring too much about winning or losing. Especially, I mean, we don't really even encourage competition from a really young age. When they're older. And then the other thing I think we talked about yesterday, I don't even remember, or maybe 2 days ago, we talked about how I think it's really important for parents to back off as their kid hits that, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, where they're kind of taking more control of their own life. I think that's a huge one. And I think that's kind of in there.
What do you think about, understand not always flowers, the hard work, the difficulty, the loss component of wrestling that is just kind of unavoidable.
Yeah. No, that's so awesome. I mean, I know this is just like me. I don't know if you'll call this brainwashing of my own children, but when I came out of retirement last year, I would always, and I wouldn't say you need to come watch this, but I would have my kids be in the room when I was doing my strength and conditioning because I was my most miserable workout, and I wanted them to, even if they couldn't fully comprehend what was going on, to understand the struggle also, right? That goes along with it. And that's something a lot of people, this is across the board, it's sports, life, whatever. They see the final product and they forget about the struggle. And this is, I read business books, and I think the fun part is the struggle. And then when they have billions of dollars, they're like, oh, I have billions of dollars, I give to this charity and this charity. I'm like, this book sucks. I'm done. Right? The fun part is the struggle where they're going through the grind and they're almost bankrupt and they're losing their mind and they got to come up with something crazy. Like That's the fun part, the struggle. But most people, they see the final product and they think, oh my God, this guy's so talented. And they didn't see all the struggle he went through to develop those skills. And so, I tried to even just force my own kids to watch my struggles, so they realized that was there too. It wasn't just, you get to walk out under the bright lights in front of 20,000 people and get a fat paycheck. You got to see everything else too.
Right. Like you're saying, embrace the grind, Ben.
Well, that was a great saying.
It is.
Mike DeSalvo did some great things. I believe he has that trademark, so you might be getting sued now.
He doesn't own the words.
I think he does.
So you literally can't say them?
You owe him 25 cents every time you say them.
Dang.
I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of trademark law, but I mean, like Nike had Just Do It was trademarked by Nike, for example.
Well, so you're getting sued by Nike now. Phil Knight. You got Phil Knight coming after you. I got.
Yeah. Well, I would have to imagine that you could, as long as you attribute it to them, that you can talk about it.
Okay.
But if you start using,
I hereby attribute Embrace the Grind to Cage Fighter, which I don't know if it exists anymore.
It does not exist, but he still owns it. I would be 100% sure he still owns the trademark.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Guarantee
it. Bruce Buffer owns.
It's time.
Where's Bruce?
Let's
Buffer
get ready to
own?
rumble. Let's get ready.
That's Michael Buffer. Michael Buffer owns Let's Get Ready to Rumble. Bruce Buffer owns It's Time, and then he owns another phrase also, which I can't remember. So yeah, I don't know what the the ability.
So now you got the Buffer brothers coming
it.
after you because you said those words.
So you obviously have to be able to say them. Maybe it's to make money, but this is technically a show run by a business. I don't know. We
are going to get so sued.
We get sued by like 6 different people.
Dang
Can someone help us out with trademark law?
This
yes,
is
Mike DeSalvo did trademark.
This is definitely our worst show ever in terms of getting sued a lot.
But a lot of these people wouldn't sue you, but one of them is very litigious.
All right. Well, I guess it could happen.
Honestly, the fact that we haven't been sued by Carol Baskins.
Yeah.
As much crap as we've talked about her.
Yeah.
I actually was when I put out some tweets on Carol Baskins, I was like, oh shit, she's really litigious. I might be getting an email or two. Because sometimes I forget that I have a very large following, Christian. Sometimes I'm just like, hey, I'm just some dude at my house. I just want to harass people like every other jabroni on Twitter. And
you forfeited those rights.
320,000 followers. This will probably be seen by whoever I'm tweeting about. I'm like, dang it. Now, Carol Baskins is definitely going to sue me.
Is it going to help or hurt that you were a Missouri Tiger in this scenario?
Oh, that would probably help since I have some Tiger clothing. She'd probably appreciate that fact. But then sometimes I say, listen, but then the publicity of getting sued by Carol Baskins will probably be worth whatever the lawsuit costs because it would probably be for frivolous.
Well, I don't know if it would negate the cost of you ending up in a cistern because that would be a lot worse than getting sued.
She'd never catch me. There's no tigers on my property at this point in time. So
Ben Askren's way too fast. He'll never be caught. So, yeah, I encourage you to check that out.
What were we even talking about? Embrace the Grind, getting sued. Where do we start that?
We started that with how to get our kids to love wrestling. So, the number one way to get your kids to love wrestling is to not let them get sued by Carol Baskin or Mike DeSalvo.
Listen, unlike Cale Sanderson, who I get really mad at, I'm going to tell my secrets, AWA secrets, to the whole world. But people don't want to listen because they don't think we have the secret yet. Christian, you ready for the secret?
Yes.
It's really, really, really easy. Get them to want to come back day after day after day. And if you can get them to want to come back day after day after day, listen, they're going to be really good. You don't got to grind them. All these coaches want to grind them, and then they make them quit. A few of them get really good, but a lot of them quit. If they just keep showing up. If you just keep making, when they get old enough, once they have a lot of time in, then maybe there's a little more bond to the sport, and you can do that. But for a while, and we're not for a while. I'm not talking about like a week or a month. I'm talking about years. I'm just trying to get them to come back because if they come back over and over and over and over and over again, they're going to get good and they're going to like it and they're going to get that bond with the sport. And so literally, I think people ask me what my biggest secret is. That's it. I try to get kids to enjoy it so they keep coming back. And that's turned out pretty well.
Well, I mean, I think you got to have one of the top 5 to 10 most successful wrestling clubs in America, right? Would that be true?
I would say I think we're the. Oh, I don't know anyone else who has 5 academies in 5 separate locations. I don't think that's ever been done. So we're the first one to do that. As far as from a competitive standpoint, I think this is going to be our best offseason. I would still say, a club like Young Guns. I think there's a few better than us for sure. But I would say probably minimum top 10 by any metric.
Yeah. So pretty. It's not like you
Getting up
haven't
there.
had a level of pretty high success.
Well, we're still not at Young Guns levels, so there's that, right? There's people who push back on that. But I think Jody and John, the Sister Matter Brothers, I think we have a lot in common on the way we think about the sport of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a huge amount of disagreements in the way we train. And there's other people. Pinnacle is probably still better than us.
Amazing.
There's a handful of really, really good clubs out there. But we're coming. I tell them all the time, hey, you know what? I'm just going to shoot my shot, Christian. Can I shoot my shot?
Come on, baby. Load up.
Well, I was just thinking about this last night because, I'm annoyed that we don't have any competition this summer. Flo should do somewhere. I was thinking Iowa would be the most centrally located place. Some type of club duels in the fall. Us, Pinnacle, Seabolt, maybe Izzy style, maybe Kansas City
Guns.
Club. St. Louis. Well, we would have to get them to come a long ways, but yes, that would be fantastic.
Okay, got it.
Right? Maybe 8 clubs. What do you guys think? 2 pools of 4, little round robin action, 1 versus 1 at the end.
Dude, set it up. We'll
Let's
be
do it.
there. You think we won't be there?
Really?
Come on. Yeah, set it up.
We'll stream that.
All right.
Yeah, we'll send
All right.
Kyle.
Maybe can we get like Izzy style?
Izzy, yeah.
Yeah, Izzy style's there. So that's 8. Pinnacle, Seabolt, us, Izzy. That's 4. A Kansas City one who maybe Victory. Is that their best club? Maybe the Nebraska club. Who's that? That's MWC. They're really good. And then
Dominguez.
maybe
Isn't that his?
Dominguez. Yep. St. Louis. My buddy Marcus has an academy, but there's some really good kids. St. Louis is kind of split up between a bunch of different clubs. But that's like, how many was that? 6, 7?
Yeah, plenty.
Yeah, plenty.
Make it happen.
So if we get 8 teams, that would be fantastic.
Young Guns can
'Cause
do
I miss wrestling. I miss wrestling matches, Christian. I don't know if you miss wrestling matches. I
Oh my
miss wrestling
gosh.
matches a lot.
I miss it a whole lot. It's been really rough. But hopefully, we won't have to wait much longer. That's all I'll say about that. Yes, so Aspen Wrestling Academy on the way up. Good stuff there. I think it's a good time for you know what? Let's get a little dark with it. Let's have Alien Hour with Kyle Brackey.
Oh, I thought you were doing another commercial read.
No. Embrace the darkness.
We nailed those. Nailed that yesterday.
Yeah. We did way better than the Flow Grappling
Oh
team
my
did.
god, that was hilarious.
Their read was terrible. They didn't even tell you where to buy the CBD.
I kind of want to do a read like theirs because it was so funny.
It was really funny.
They're gonna get in trouble though.
Yeah, our activities.
We moved, as Christian mentioned yesterday. We moved to a house. We were in an apartment. Moved to a house, and as we were just kind of cleaning things up and getting things out of the boxes and everything, on like the top shelf of the pantry, came across a stack of tarot cards.
It's not good. You should move.
All right. So yeah, immediately Olivia was very freaked out. I was curious. I was just wonder what's going on with these, and I was like looking at them and looking up like what they mean, and so I did a little deep dive on how these things got started.
Well, you brought them to work the other day. That's when it all started.
Yeah, I've brought them to work every day of the week, just because they've just been in my backpack waiting for Thursday. So there really isn't this dark background that I figured we would have with these. They honestly, literally started out as playing cards in like the 1500s, and you can still use them to legit play card games.
Legit card games or Satan card games?
No,
Yeah.
legit card games. But then, so that was like 1500s. But then around in the 1700s, there was this dude. He was like, "There's something more to these cards. This is not good. These have some kind of divine connection
With Satan.
Yeah, some kind of bigger connection here." So he started trying to figure it out, and then people just started trying to use these cards to predict your future. And
So that's not what they were invented for.
no, they were invented as
saying that's
legit
not what
playing
they're meant-
cards.
Oh, okay.
But now they have this almost paranormal like connection to them, and I know a lot of people think they're bad juju.
Bad juju.
And there was a death card. There
was a what?
Good.
There's a death card.
That's not good. Stop flashing that at Piles.
Yeah, don't do that.
I wanted to just like draw a card for you guys, but I don't think Christian's gonna go for it.
Colin
don't
Moore
do it.
says,
Don't do it.
here's what Colin Moore said. He DM'd me after I posted your devil cards on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I watched the show Supernatural 3 times through, and he's definitely going to want to burn those.
So I got to burn them.
I'd light them on fire. That's
Okay.
Colin Moore.
I think burning them. Yeah, I think
Colin
burning
Moore's
them's
recommendation.
best.
I trust him.
I was just gonna throw them away.
No, because then someone else will find
Burn.
them. The previous owners. Now, have you noticed any sort of suspicious creaks in your new home?
No, nothing weird like that. But yesterday, a year ago we moved. Our apartment complex was updating the models, and so we moved from older one to a new one. And in the new models, they already had washer dryer. They were nicer than ours. So we put ours in storage for a year, knowing we were going to get into a house. And so as we're moving in this house, we go to the storage unit, get the washer dryer, put it in the new place. Go to run it for the first time yesterday, and like 10 minutes later, no, there was just water everywhere. Apparently, at some point in the move, I mean, they're pretty old. The washer and dryer, like some kind of leak or a hole got in the bottom. So maybe that's just like a bad omen. But there's been nothing like suspicious in terms of like sounds or anything like that. Forgot my wallet at home today.
That dude, you are so cursed right now.
Yeah, I think it might be a little cursed. Like it's just like these are like the warning shots, maybe.
Yeah, you have. I don't know what your dryer's gonna do, but I'm just saying, remove all of the lint.
All right. Am I dancing with the devil right now? Having these?
Yeah, you're just shuffling through. And you're looking the death card right in the eyes.
There's there's like queens. There's the fool, which is like the Joker card. Swords. I got an ace. I got more swords.
Yeah, this is like
Got
Ouija
wands.
boards. You don't want to mess with this stuff.
No, Ouija boards. Those are portals to hell. Those can open portals that you can't close. Remember, if you guys remember the Demon House, maybe the most famous.
Is that in Indiana?
Yeah, maybe the most famous alien hour. There was a portal there in the basement, and that's what
The Ouija board opened it.
I don't remember this one.
It was bad.
Portal in the
It was
basement?
some years ago.
it was probably over a year ago now. Yeah, the Demon House outside Gary, Indiana. I had a legit police report and everything from it.
Like, didn't the police like stop going there?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
like-
absolutely. But the multiple police officers, like the kids that were living there, like became possessed, and multiple police officers, literally put in their report that they watched this kid walk up a wall.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh
some
my God.
straight exorcism stuff.
It
That-
walked up the wall and then like flipped back over everyone and landed in the because they were in the hospital because
We know it wasn't
stuff
Jackie
was
Chan
happening.
though. It wasn't Jackie Chan because he could do that.
No,
kind of
it
stuff.
wasn't Jackie Chan.
Crap.
Can't confirm it wasn't Jackie. They literally destroyed the house. The guy,
Yeah, they bulldozed it, right?
yeah, Zach, the guy from Ghost Adventures, bought it because he'd heard about it, all this stuff.
He bought it so he could destroy it.
No, he bought it because he wanted to check it out, and then he like stayed in it, and he developed this
Oh my
weird,
goodness.
this weird eye condition.
What?
Dude, all the people that have been in that house for like longer than just like going in and checking out and then leaving in a few minutes have had bad stuff happen to them.
Do you
That
believe
house
in the
was
supernatural
bad.
like that, Ben?
No.
Ghosts?
I can't say that I do.
You don't believe in
I
portals
can't
now?
say that I do.
All right,
I mean,
I'll send
listen.
you these cards.
Well, I am not saying it's totally impossible. I'm saying I think it's unlikely. I do not believe in it. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what is your recommendation for?
And
what
I've never
Brackett
seen
should
any
do?
evidence of it. Have you ever seen any evidence of it? Piles, ghosts, anything like that?
No, I haven't. I've all I have is a
You know
lot
someone who
of
has?
credible people I find credible and not liars to be believable, right? So
Yeah, I haven't really,
Really?
experienced anything either, but
no.
I tend to believe.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. So I guess I can't be in your guys'
Oh,
club.
breaking
Sorry.
news from Weston Piles. He says, "Dude, there is a Demon House doc on Amazon. It is unbelievable. Have you watched it?"
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the same one that was on YouTube. It might be. The Zach Baggins guy produced it, and it's all about his experiences with the house and like staying in it for 24 hours and everything.
Oh my gosh.
So I wonder
my
if that's the
goodness.
same thing. I watched it on YouTube, but I'm sure it's on Amazon or something too.
No.
Christian,
watching
how
that.
much money would we have to pay you to stay in that for 24 hours?
It's up there. I don't know. 10?
How much? Come on.
10 G's?
10,000?
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle, go see if we can get the budget from one of your departments.
Ben wants to see me
possessed.
possessed.
I bet we could get a budget $10,000 to put Christian in a demon house.
Oh, we could do a GoFundMe for sure. The problem is the good demon house. They destroyed it.
Just go to your go to your office and go to the marketing department. People, listen. There's plenty of people that would love to see Christian Piles be tortured.
There's no denying that.
All right, Mark Flo, sit down. I got an idea for you.
All right, Mark, hear me out, buddy.
That's only like 50 subs. You're getting that for sure.
All right, well, maybe worth it. I'll bite the bullet. I'll get possessed
It's only
for
24 hours.
Yeah, only 24 hours. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a no for me, dog. Okay.
So yeah, I just kind of want to know what do we. So I got to burn these, I guess.
Incinerate them.
Yes,
All right.
burn them.
Yeah.
Bader had a nice fire this last weekend. I don't know if he invited you guys.
Give him the
over,
Bader.
but maybe you go over there and burn them.
Yeah, he'll light it on fire.
Fine.
Please. Hey, so if you don't follow at Sikkim_D on Twitter, you're playing yourself because this dude is like the most connected person to Russian wrestling and
Who is
international
he?
wrestling. I don't know. His name
No
is
one
just
knows.
Ivan_FS
Freestyle
Wrestling. But this dude is like as connected as anyone. Like he gets everything right every single time. So he tweeted the technical committee of UWW on June 8th, the matter of scheduling a senior world championships in 2020. Mamishvili agrees. He wants it. The Iranian leader voted against the world championships in 2020. And it says Rich Bender voted against it in 2020. And he says no?
Why?
Question mark. I don't know why.
Can we get some explanation? Can we get some more information on this?
Yeah. I literally saw it this morning.
It's private and Sikkim is leaking information.
He gets all the scoops. He knows everything about the Russian doping stuff. He was 3 months ahead of it every single time. I would just DM with him. He would tell me what was going to happen every single time. He'd be right.
Wow.
He would know about.
That's great.
He would know about when doping announcements were going to be made. He knows his stuff.
So when are they supposed to decide on all the other age group world championships, Christian?
That I don't know.
I thought it was June 8th also.
Very, very soon. I'm sure they discussed it in June 8th. I didn't hear that. But my understanding was I didn't even think UWW was entertaining the idea of senior world championships in 2020.
It feels like they should. Otherwise, there's going to be a whole missed year, which is going to be super weird.
It is going to be super weird. It is super weird. But I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, I would love it. I hope that it would happen. But I think logistically, it's not happening. But it's interesting that Mamishvili wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm actually just surprised to read it. But I figured you guys would be interested to hear that because, it's something that's been asked about a lot. Like, is this going to happen? He also tweeted this amazing video of Gusenov, the former Russian wrestling coach, just like dressing down this group of Russian look like high school age kids for like not working hard. It's a really cool video. I don't know. I think Tyler's pulling it up. We don't speak Russian. It's in Russian, but he's like
that's an issue, unfortunately.
It's all these wrestlers standing around. He's like, you're not trying to do nothing. It's like you need to take up wrestling 5 to 9 hours a day. How do you want to be great men? Tell me how. No way. There's no desire. You should get out of here. Just you don't have to come here anymore. You don't have to come. You have to come here with plans to be first, to be a champion, to be great, to be strongest in the world. You have to have a work plan for morning, for noon, and for evening. I love it. This guy's great. So if you think the Russians don't have that fire and that hunger to be number one, this is the man in charge, and he He's
getting
laying
all
down the
fired
law.
up.
Yeah, he's a super fired up guy. Anyways, follow Sickum_D. You will not soon
Hey,
regret
did
it.
we ever hear anything about Sedulaev's condition?
Yeah,
He was riding a horse the other day.
he's on horseback, and apparently it did not disrupt his training at all.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I mean, I figured a guy as strong as that ain't gonna feel nothing. No problem, Bubba.
yeah. Well, didn't you theorize that he just was saying it because
Yeah. No, you theorized that.
Did I? I thought you. No, that was you. That was you.
We talked.
Don't try to pin it on me. I'm pretty sure you said it first, and then I don't know. Maybe not.
Wow.
Maybe I did.
Hey, did you see what Bill Bartlett tweeted on June 2nd?
Hold on. You're not falling for the bit, are you? I think you are.
Is that a gimmick? That's a lie?
Yeah, it's a gimmick about the Team USA thing.
Yeah. So I mean,
Click on the
he has
thread.
2,000 followers.
Yeah, you got to click on the
Is it a
thread.
fake account? Oh, okay. Well, I didn't go that far.
Yeah.
Hey, the other thing is, my man John Kozak, he's trying to make up for his poor ratings.
Your man.
Earlier.
Oh wow, how the tables have turned. You tried to get this guy off the. Yeah, you should apologize to him.
Well, he's gonna make good. He said he's going to do a WrestleStat type of thing for international wrestling, which, good God, that would make following international wrestling easy, because following international wrestling is not easy. It is a challenge, finding brackets, finding results, keeping, especially when the names aren't familiar, keeping people in order. And so having a WrestleStat type of thing for international wrestling would be, oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome.
Yes. Here's hoping John does that. Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
International
That'd be so
wrestling
awesome.
sorely needs. All right, we ready to talk 197?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, well, don't get too excited, buddy.
Oh, they just, you know what they just started yesterday from Ivan? June 14th, they started. Oh, that's not, we're not on June 14th yet. They're starting a national team camp
In Russia?
for Russian wrestling. Yeah.
Man, I'd like to go there.
I thought Corona was still really bad there.
Well, that doesn't.
I don't think they care.
The Russians aren't always known for the most measured of decisions. They're an extreme folk. All right. So 197 pounds. We can make this weight a lot tougher by just saying Miles Amin is going to go there, and maybe he will. But the current top 10 are as follows. Number 1, West Virginia's Noah Adams.
Yes, sir.
From Coal City, I believe.
Yep.
Coal City, West Virginia. That's a very West Virginia sounding town.
It is.
As far as cities go. Ben Darmstadt, the GOAT, is ranked number 2. J.I.L.O., shout out UVA, number 3. Eric Schultz, Nebraska. Jacob Warner, Iowa. Lucas Davison, he really made quite a climb from the start of his season all the way into the top 6. Patrick Bruckey, Cordell Norfleet, Greg Bolsek, Tanner Sloan round out the top 10. Thoughts on this weight at a glance, Ben?
Yeah, we talked about glanced at it yesterday, and it's a little deeper than what we we're all thinking it was going to be. Hey, and I want to comment on the Miles Amin thing. I thought about it. He's redshirting next year. Saving for 2022 Detroit. So we'll just call that, because yesterday I said, you know what, he skipped 184, he went up to 197. Now today I'm saying no, he's skipping next season, so he will not be in this weight class.
Double dang. Okay. There it is.
So this weight class is better than I thought. I think it's kind of fun. Noah Adams obviously had a great year, but we didn't get to see him versus a lot of the guys on the top of this list. So that should be interesting to see how all these matches turn out. So yeah, I think there could be a lot of movement in this weight class. Really all the way down to say, like a 15. Like I can see Chase Singletary doing really well in this weight class.
Yeah, he's an interesting one, as he's been at heavyweight throughout his career so far. He was hurt last year. Now he's not back down for the first time, coming down to 197. And
yeah,
I'm curious how he fits, right? Because he's a pretty solid heavyweight. I thought he's really tall.
And didn't he make the U23 world team at 211 or whatever the weight class was?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's pretty freaking good. He's a definite. Yeah. I mean, you look at him, and then you look at the top 5, like Aiello, Schultz, Warner. He's going to be in those matches. in my
Yeah.
opinion. He's tough to score on. He's good on top. I think he could make a run. He's as much a contender as a lot of these guys. With no Miles, I mean, let's look at anyone coming off red shirt that could make an impact. Obviously, Singletary.
No, not really.
Singletary is the big one. But
Then there's Beard, and then Cardenas is good, but he's going to be on the bench because Ben Armstead's it from. It's kind of a tough spot for Cardenas because you have Max Dean, and then you have Ben Darmstadt, and then you have Luis Fernandez, who I think is going to do really good things at heavyweight. So yeah, there's not really a slot for Jacob Cardenas.
Cornell's never had an All-American at heavyweight still to this day.
What?
Never.
Are you kidding me?
At least Rob Cole era.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of mind-blowing considering how much success they've had.
Yeah. They've had a champ at probably, I mean, how many different weights? They've won 25, 33, 41.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they've won it.
Dake won 4, so that's kind of unfair. I mean, he won the whole middle.
They won 84 and 97. So they've won.
Max Dean won 184. And so did.
Well, I said they've won 84 and 97.
Oh, I thought you said. So 74. Had they won? Mac Lunas placed high. No, I don't think they've ever won 174.
Dake was scared to go up to win 5 weights. He only won 4.
Yeah.
He does help, but they've had multiple. They had Yanni won 141 also.
They had Glenn Stafford in 1929 win 175 pounds.
All right, so they won 74. That dude was. What did you think about Glenn Stafford? How would his game translate to today?
No comment.
Man.
Yeah, because I mean, Travis Lee won 125, right? As did Nickerson.
Yeah. Or no,
Lee was.
Or he was
only won 133.
Yeah, I think he won 33.
Yeah, so they've had multiple champs at quite a few weights, but never an All-American at heavyweight. Just pretty.
Never an All-American. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
Is Cornell sizes? They don't like big guys, or
no?
What's
Just
their
kind of
problem?
haven't panned out. They had Jeremy Sweeney. He was a pretty solid recruit, and it just never.
But he wasn't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
At the time, it was
Damian
like, okay.
Hahn was like. I mean, I know Damian Hahn wrestled 197, but Damian Hahn was a heavy Chevy. He should have been able to coach those guys up. Being All-American.
Heavy Chevy.
Damn straight he was.
I've never
Don't
heard
make him make
that one.
197. You're lying.
No, he can't. But that's man. I remember one time, Damian Hahn arm spun Bader kind of out of nowhere when we were at Cornell.
Why?
It was for a joke, but Bader hurt his leg or his foot because he landed so hard his foot or leg cracked into his other foot or leg. He was like, Bader really kind of never complains about anything. He's like, dude, my leg or my foot still hurts. Like weeks later, he's like, Damian messed me up on that arm throw. Like I don't think Bader expected it. Or whatever.
Bader was probably asking for it. He probably deserved it.
Damien and Bader have kind of this playful sort of love-hate relationship that sometimes results in Bader getting arm thrown. Oh, it was when we had the Greco finals there at Cornell. And yeah, so Bader got thrown. It happens sometimes. But yeah, they've never had a heavyweight, but now they've got Luis Fernandez coming up. Yo.
When are you going to sacrifice for Flo? Because Bader sacrifices for Flo all the time. He's done a cradle challenge with me. He's got arm thrown by Damien. He's done a takedown challenge with Jordan Oliver. Who are you challenging?
I'm open.
When are you going to get this dang tattoo?
That's happening. I have that. Yeah. That is happening.
Jane Cox, show up in Austin and get Christian a tattoo.
It is going to
What are you getting?
It'll be.
Yeah, what are you getting?
It's not going to be that. It's not gonna be that crazy. It's not gonna. But
what do you mean? What are you getting? You gotta tell us.
I'll tell you.
Right now.
Just the word good.
GOOD?
Yeah, good.
Oh, okay. Why?
Where?
Yeah, where?
It's so where. I'm gonna do it somewhere you really can't see it.
All right, we're on radio. Cut it. Is that from the Jocko bit?
Yeah. And it's something
you like Jocko, right?
Well, I love Jocko, and it's something I've thought about a lot the last couple months is, things can be really, really tough sometimes. And kind of the approach you have to have. Maybe I'll talk more about it some other time. I'm not really in the headspace, but yeah,
Are you getting Jaden Cox's flight to Austin to go with you?
I don't need Jaden to hold my hand through this process. I'm gonna make.
Well,
him
you
proud.
You might get scared. You might see the needle, and you might get scared.
How tattoos aren't incredibly painful, are they? You guys both have ink.
Yeah, I didn't find them to be painful at all. But
yeah, but then you are a professional cage fighter, also, so your perspective on pain is not one I'm going to look to.
That's fair.
Honestly, Bracky's got ink. Did it hurt a lot?
No.
But Bracky just chugged. How many monsters do you need to get through that?
3.
3. All right.
No, it's not bad.
Okay, got it. Next up. What is next up? That is it. Wait, no. Did we finish 197? We were talking about tattoos for some reason.
Yeah, we kind of finished it. I mean, you didn't go in depth, but I said I'm excited. It's a little deeper than I thought. I guess we didn't pick our champions, but you guys know who I'm going to pick.
Darmstadt Noah Adams is a wild match. I'm kind of worried.
I'm picking Darmstadt by fall.
I think it is a fall situation here. I think someone gets pinned. I worry. I have horsepower concerns for young Ben. He is a spindly individual, and Noah Adams is very strong.
Yeah, he is susceptible to West Virginia farm boy strength, as we saw with Jared Hott.
Oh, dagger.
Wow.
He picked him up and just threw him on his back.
Yeah. Is he going to be able to overcome West Virginians?
What if that's his kryptonite? It's like he beats everyone but the West Virginians.
Anyone from West Virginia.
Yeah.
Is there any random West Virginian we could throw at him that's not Noah Adams or Jared Hott? There's not enough.
Yeah, we need more.
Braxton Amos.
Yeah. Yeah, Braxton.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, he'll probably deep in that weight class.
Yeah. So probably Ben's senior year. I think Braxton's going to redshirt personally.
I would be shocked if he wrestles next year.
Oh my gosh! And you have some intel.
This is not
inside information from Chris Bono. Ben Askren said it. Braxton's going right away. No red shirts, just the red singlet of Wisconsin. First reported by Ben Askren. I love it.
Well, I have no inside information. I mean, there's a chance I'm right. That's just I guess.
Okay. Another update. My mother strenuously objects to the tattoo.
Wow.
I guess she's Demi Moore. Demi Moore from A Few Good Men, huh?
What does Tracy Piles say?
Oh my god, dude! Tracy Piles revolted when my brother got a necklace. Like where the hemp necklaces and you wear them. That was not appreciated.
Okay, listen.
He doesn't like flip flops.
If I had to choose Ozzy at age 2 to get a hemp necklace or get a tattoo, my man's getting a tattoo.
Ozzy's getting ink.
Yeah. Okay. No hemp necklaces.
No hemp necklaces.
Getting ink. I give him a John Deere tattoo right on his shoulder because that's what he loves.
Dad doesn't wear sandals or flip flops because he says they're girl shoes. We all wear flip flops, but it wasn't for a while. So
I would argue that Tracy, that they're the manliest of shoes.
There you go. The manliest of shoes, I would say, is no shoes. That's kind of your go-to.
Oh, that is pretty manly.
Okay, we don't have a ton of questions, so we may not get to 9:45, and that's okay. You have anything else?
With this crew, you never know what's going to come up, Christian.
We went from Noah Adams to tattoos in less than 2 minutes, so there's no way to know for sure.
Does Noah Adams have tattoos? I don't even know. I think he does, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, dude.
Ben Darmstadt's got some ink. He's got quite a bit of ink.
Dude, he came back after his freshman year with a lot of ink.
Yeah. Bad boy.
It really threw me off. He's the bad boy of Cornell Wrestling. Okay.
Dake doesn't have any tattoos, does he?
Dake has no ink.
Because he would not ruin that temple of a body.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah, he's probably not a big tattoo guy. All right, question from Cody Arnold.
He should get some red light tattooed on him.
That would help. Ben lost to Marcus.
Lev
can't say Manitowoc either. Undefeated 4-time D3 champ in high school, Minnesota versus Wisconsin All-Star match. What does he remember about the match, and how does he think Marcus's career plays out had he gone D1?
Yeah. So Marcus was he was the number 1 ranked guy in the country at that time. It wasn't an all-star match. It was at the Bi-State Classic. And you know what? Wisconsin fans got so pumped because my sophomore year, I did get a little better as the match went on. He got 4 takedowns in the first, 2 takedowns in the second, no takedowns in the third. He was pretty elite.
Been a beast.
Yeah, he was a beast. You don't remember? He's too old for you.
Not too old. I mean, I remember the name. I just remember he won D3, and so I was like, I wonder how he would have done D1 4 times. Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously that was before I was even ranked nationally. You know, I wasn't on that level yet, and he was number 1. So he kind of schooled me. It's fine. I got better. And I think he would have done really well. I actually believe his redshirt year at Minnesota, I think he was something like 13-0 or something to that effect. You know, won 3 opens or something. And then I don't recall. I think he wanted to play football or something also, and that's why he went to Augsburg. And then obviously he did not lose a match at Augsburg all 4 years.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting that Wisconsin was rooting against you. It's like,
they loved it. They loved it.
Man, that's pretty.
You know what? I can make enemies pretty well, Christian.
Evidently. Hey, did you say? I don't know if I made this story up or did you say like on a message board that you were gonna text someone on takedowns alone in like the state finals or something and did it? Is that true?
Well, here's the thing. So when I first realized message boards existed in, let's see, this is 2000. I got home from sectionals, and someone said, "There's this message board thing, and everyone's talking about you." And so it was me, and there was a returning state champion, and there was a senior that was undefeated, who I think maybe he was second the year before or something. And all these guys from this kid's hometown were like, "He's going to kill Askren. Askren sucks, whatever." So listen, I'm not going to be quiet. So I go on there, I start talking crazy. But back then, it's not like you got to register. You don't have to register and say a name. You can just type in by whatever name the heck you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So someone else actually said, you know, they typed in by Ben Askren, but it wasn't by me, that I'm going to tech him in the state finals with just takedowns. Because this is what I'm setting the state record for takedowns, right?
It wasn't you.
I didn't say it. But then, you know, the reporter asked about it, and I just claimed it. Because I figured, whatever, no one's going to do me anyways. I'll just take it. Yeah, I said that, and I'm going to do it. And then I almost tech-falled him. I beat him 21-8 in the state finals. I don't believe I had any back points. And you know, so I was really close, even though I did not actually say it. I just figured, you know what? I might as well just say I might as well just say that I said it because no one's going to believe me anyways. So I went for it.
That is a wild move for a high schooler to lean into that. Most people be like, no, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. 21-8.
Yeah.
Well, you were right there.
And that was the start of my personality, because I was kind of a shy kid before that. And then I was really I was fascinated by the idea that I could make so many people mad by just typing something on a message board, and what are supposed to be mature adults get so annoyed. So then I leaned into that hard, and I would just try to piss off as many people as I could, like with, you know, see what I could do to make them really upset. And that was why I started growing my hair out. I started carrying around a boombox. I started doing all kinds of dumb stuff. Like, it was just like, see how dumb I can do just to make people upset. Like these adults who are supposed to be mature, and I'm 16. So I would like find just random stuff. So I'd be like, you know, I would be at a store and there'd be a blow up pig. I remember I took a blow up pig to one tournament. So many people were mad about it. It was like, oh, this is going to make a lot of people mad. I'm going to do this, right? Or I think one time you heard the story about Roy Brinzer having a Gumby doll in his corner. Yeah. I think I had some kind of stuffed animal in my corner just to see how many people could get upset about it. Yeah, so that was kind of like my junior, senior year of high school. I was just trying to make
the funniest part about the Ray Brinzer story is apparently like, so he would just like get in a van or just like he would just be able to get to these tournaments. He would kind of like hobo his way to the tournaments, like catch a ride here, do that. He would go to the tournament, and he wouldn't really have a coach or whatever, so he would sit the Gumby in the corner. But then, that's funny. But the funny thing is, like, he would like look to the Gumby at the period breaks for what tournament to go. He's like, what should I do? And then he would act like Gumby said something like choose down or whatever, choose neutral. That's freaking hilarious. Ray Brinzer.
That is freaking hilarious.
He's one of a kind for sure.
Hey, my most random corner. You want to hear a good story? You'll love this. So, my third fight, Mark Bader went with me because he was working for Pure Fight, which then got disbanded, and now you guys have brought the fighting vertical back, full combat. So I went to this fight in Iowa because it's just like I know I need fights in order to get signed by one of the larger organizations. I just need to go get wins. So I showed up with Mark Bader and my wife, no coach, to this fight in Iowa. Guess who was there? Bobby Douglas. And I asked Bobby to corner me, and Bobby cornered me. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Was that an easy fight?
Yeah, I choked him out in like a minute.
That's amazing.
All on Bobby's advice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Hey, good news is coming soon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Uh-oh. What do you got?
I just said good news is coming soon.
Piles, stop stalling on us.
I'm not stalling.
You got email?
No one's stalling.
What you got?
Shifting through 5,
well,
baby.
You're very clearly not giving us all the information.
I can't, but just be excited. Listen, can't people just have hope? Hope is powerful, as is hopelessness.
Hope is powerful. Okay.
All right, there you go.
Why is the 8 in your name? Let's go. I shared some of my past. You guys share some of your past, Piles. Let's go.
I'm an open book. 8. So, the C Piles would have been my Twitter handle. Actually, here's my Twitter. My first one was CP. Are you with me? Which is from. Yeah, I changed that soon. Maybe before I even got to Flow. But it was that one because there was this a guy named, I think his name's Kirk Franklin. He's a Christian artist. And
yeah, my wife listens to him.
He had this GP, are you with me? It was like God's providence or whatever. And so in middle school, someone said that to me, CP, are you with me? So I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And when you're making a Twitter handle, you're not really thinking like, okay, yeah, at some point a lot of people will see this. It was just like, whatever. And then, so it was that for a while. And, then I was at Flow. I was like, it's a little silly. It's just something I came up with in middle school. Maybe I'd change it up. So then I changed it. I wanted it just to be something normal, like, Ben Askren or C Piles. And like Christian Piles. So I went C Piles. That was taken. And so I was like, all right, a number. Number 8 has always been my favorite number because Cal Ripken Jr. is my favorite. I don't know if he's still my favorite athlete ever, but he definitely was for like almost my entire life. Now it's probably like a wrestler. But yeah, he's my favorite. So 8 has always been my favorite number, so that's why 8. Nice. I love the Orioles and Cal Ripken Jr.
Solid.
Man. Yeah. What do you know about the Iron Man? This man went like 20 years, didn't miss a baseball game. These dudes they get hurt just running to first base routinely. They get injured. So that's awesome. Blue collar hero.
Found your dad's Twitter.
Yeah, don't.
Your dad has a Twitter?
I think he's
2 tweets.
He's got 2 tweets.
Yeah, 2 tweets.
2 tweets.
They're just retweets.
Yeah. Okay, what other? So then
what's
else?
the handle? I want to check it out. Tell me what the handle is.
Tracy C. Piles.
Tracy C. Piles. Surprisingly, there's a lot of Tracy Piles. I did not think that'd be a popular name, but it is.
Yeah. No.
Wow.
I was trying to find the person that had the C Piles handle. I can't find them, but there are a lot of people with C Piles then a number.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wanted just at CP, but some guy just squats on it and doesn't tweet. And I tried to get it.
What a squatter. Did you offer him money?
I did. I was like, dude, hey,
how
man,
much? How much?
I don't remember. It was years ago. He's like, there's no amount of money I would pay to get rid of this. He was, yeah, I swear.
He said there's no amount of money.
He's like, there's no way I would ever get rid of it. I'm like, all right, nerd.
Dang.
He's lying. There's a number.
Yeah, there's a number.
Corey Porter. He's got 452 tweets. He has been tweeting more recently. But yeah, I tweeted at him.
How do you just go like check on his profile every now and then?
No. This is you know what? You're taking me down my dark history. But yeah, Corey's not giving it up. He's followed by Barack Obama? According to Tyler, at CP is followed by Barack Obama.
I don't believe it. It must have been a misfollow. Although I think I remember Obama follows it's something absurd. Yeah, he follows 605,000 people. Dude, I follow 73 people. And I barely read all their effing tweets.
You know what drove me nuts about you back in the day, Ben?
So dumb that I wouldn't follow you.
Here, listen. So you didn't follow me forever, and that's fine. A lot of people, I understand people not following people. But what you would do is you would get on Twitter or text me questions that I had literally answered in tweets. And I'd be like, Ben, this is the whole purpose of following. I have the information you are often looking for. So if you would just simply follow me, I would show up in your feed and you wouldn't have to text me or tweet at me asking the questions. I already answered on the Twitter.
He was trying to keep his ratio strong.
Yeah. I know. I
don't like you when I can't get through all the things. I want to read whoever I follow, so I try to keep my following list really small.
I know. I should probably.
I'm gonna go unfollow some people.
Barack Obama follows that guy.
Barack Obama does indeed follow at CP. So if I could just acquire that handle, I would acquire the following of Barack Obama. But now I can't have it because I don't know how it would work. I'm never gonna change my handle now. It's C Piles 8. Till the wheels fall off, and that's okay. So yeah, that is the genesis of the number 8. Sorry, I'm getting back to the doc right now.
I'm looking for people to unfollow on my Twitter.
Man, now's a good time. Twitter is not fun currently. Twitter used to be like the most fun.
I always loved Twitter.
Man, it's a lot tougher now. So CJ Kemp, listening to 491 in a 4-man bracket, I'd love to see is Yanni, Zayn, Odaguru, and Bajrang. Thoughts? That'd be fire. Fun. But I would throw out Zayn, throw in Rashidov in there. Or throw out Yanni and put Rashidov in there. Fun. Gotta have an American in there. But I want...
Let's just make it an 8-man bracket.
Yeah, you know what? CJ Kemp? Good point.
Yeah, let's do that.
So that way because you gotta have Rashidov. Maybe even Bekbulatov, or is Romanov coming back? If so, I want him involved in all wrestling tournaments.
Where did he go?
Well,
no one knows.
The Russians they tend to disappear for years on end, and then they come back and they're still really good. But I think he's coming back. But he might be. I can't remember if he's gonna go 74. But if he does, there's no way Sidikov gets supplanted. Yeah.
Okay. I unfollowed 7 people, down to 66.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet.
Down to 66. That's not many. All right, who'd you unfollow? You would put me on the spot like this.
Name names.
Names.
I would have to go. I just clicked off it. I don't even remember.
You don't remember one name that you just unfollowed?
Well, I unfollowed CrossFit Funky because I used to be an owner, and then the guy who I partnered with, he decided to sell it. So I figured I'd unfollow that.
Okay. Unfollowed your own former business. That's a power move. Yeah, I unfollowed all my former businesses a while ago. Bracky?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I fired myself and then unfollowed them.
After he liquidated. All right. Hey, 9:39. We'll give you 6 minutes of free time, guys.
Tyler's trying to clown on me.
Tyler? Oh, boy. So they want to know if Bracky, this is Bracky. I actually don't understand this that well. Sick bro, thanks.
There's the song with Rihanna and Eminem.
Yep.
The Friends with the Monster, Under My Bed.
Oh.
And so the first tweet was like a girl sitting on the bed. There's like, oh, there's a monster under my bed, and then the guy looks underneath, and there's a monster can. He's like, "Sick bro, thanks."
Bracky is trying to get an FRL sponsorship from Monster.
I did find out. I don't know if I mentioned this. They did, because the Monster Fridge just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We didn't know where it came from.
Like most monsters, they come when you least suspect them.
We didn't know if this was a Flow purchase.
Mm-hmm.
It was not. They did send us the fridge and a good bit of product because we haven't run out yet.
Have not run out, despite your best efforts.
They are not sponsoring us yet, but I would like it. I think it's very on brand.
You should do. All right, next Alien Hour is about Monster and Satan.
Maybe I should.
A lot of people think Monster and Satan are kind of linked. So
wow, I got a deadly combo right here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna move. Something happens. Look, he's just chugging. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Ben, anything before we go?
That's all I got.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks to you guys. We'll be back. We hope you have a great weekend. If you haven't watched Bad Blood, do yourself a favor. Date night. It's a great date night movie. The ladies will love it. The kids will love it. Great family film. You can say, I'm going to take you to a movie, hun. And then you just get on the FloPro app and watch Bad Blood. It's going to be outstanding. Hey, thanks again. We'll be back Tuesday, come heck or high water. Hopefully some good news around the corner. Everything's going to get better, guys. See you soon. Thanks.